Hey, welcome back friends, TechTale here, and today I'm going to be talking about the live stream from the 7th of May 2019. They did reveal a very big update. They're going to be reworking the entire Hunter skill at some point in the future, hopefully in the next couple of months from what they were saying. But there's a couple things I want to talk about first. The first thing is going to be a new quest that they revealed. It is already in the May behind the scenes, but it is going to be a story-oriented quest, and they don't really want to talk about anything further along on the quest line before that. So we do have to wait until that quest actually comes out, and they should be able to reveal some more things after that. Possibly what the update for summer is going to be is kind of what it was feeling like to me, but they didn't actually say that. The next thing is going to be the Elite Dungeons rework. They already have been working on it a decent amount, but they have a couple things that they do want to add. You can see an entire list on the screen right now. But the main things are all of the reward shops are going to be merged into one. They do give you an option of spending 750,000 Dungeoneering tokens, and you will be able to bank inside of the dungeon itself, and you will get the 20% chance of double loot from bosses without actually having to toggle off the ability to auto-collect loot. So just a nice little quality of life update there. Also, they are planning on allowing you to teleport to all of the elite dungeons through the other elite dungeons. That way it makes it a little bit easier to go and actually streak the dungeons. When you're streaking from 1 to 3, you would usually have to reform parties and teleport there through that. But it just makes it a little bit easier. But all in all, decent amount of updates. You can read the rest of them here, but those are the main ones. And now the piece de resistance, the Hunter update. As you can see from this graph, it's showing the level requirement compared to the XP per hour rate. And honestly, there's a couple of anomalies right here, and these are the problem with the Hunter skill. They want to bring these down to a more reasonable level and bring up the other methods so that everything is more even and less polarizing, essentially. The reason for this is because the Crystallize spell, when it came out, Crystallized Grand Walls just became so good. And then Ornate Turtles and Crystal Skill Chompas had to compare with the Crystallizing Grand Walls at a base level. And they kind of get a little bit absurd when you start doing 1 tick XP per hour and you start doing all the other buffs that things like the Elite Trapper outfit gives you. So they decided to actually bring down these XP rates and change up the Crystallize spell in order to make everything a little bit more balanced and bring up the other XP rates of things such as Black Warlocks and Charming Moths so that it's a more reasonable XP per hour. The first thing they're going to do is change up Crystallize so that it works more like a protein trap. They are going to be changing up 1 tick hunting so that it no longer works. If you want to read about these all, though, go ahead and check the links down below. I'm just going to be skimming over them really quick and giving you a summary. XP rates, like I already said, are going to be more normalized. They're hoping to have about 8 skills, or 8 different ways of training up the skill that are reasonable. Obviously, AFK methods of training up the skill are going to be a little bit slower, and the more intense methods are going to be a little bit faster. Talking about which, they are also planning on releasing a more intense way of training up Hunter. This is going to give you PVM-like drops from what they said on the live stream, and is going to be very intensive. They said planning is involved. I'm not sure if it's going to be something like a boss, such as Wintertot is in old school RuneScape, or if it's going to be more along the lines of just a puzzle type thing that is procedurally generated. They are kind of giving a little bit of nerf to the enhanced Yawk Tweet Stick, so it goes down to 2%, but it will be a little bit better for charming sprites. And they are obviously releasing the Elite Trapper outfit set to the game. With a update like this is kind of what they were waiting for the Elite outfit sets. They are going to be putting the Elite Trapper outfit in the set into the game. That means that you are not going to need to get it from Vic the Trader, but if you do want it for a couple more weeks before they get this update out, they say in July, but obviously plans change. It may get bumped back a little bit. But if you want it for the insane buff to things like Ornate Turtles, this is going to be the time to get it from Vic the Trader. And then when this update comes out, all the XP rates are going to be nerfed, so Elite Trapper outfit is just going to be balanced instead of OP like it is right now. They are also reworking the Hunter skill cape because it is just bad right now. They're not sure what they're going to be doing with that, but they are planning on updating it. Do want to mention a couple of things that they did actually tell us. Butterfly is going to be the AFK method. Essentially, they're going to work something along the lines of trees, where you can catch them multiple times for XP every single time you catch them. And they will not disappear right away, at least. Very similar to trees, they could potentially get caught one time and then disappear, or it could go 20 to 30 times, so you may get 10, 20,000 experience with one click in Hunter. Very good click per XP ratio, but obviously it's not going to be the fastest XP per hour. They are also giving yellow salamanders as an option. These are not going to be a weapon, but are going to be a decent way of getting XP per hour. Yellow salamanders will just be a catch and release type hunter. They are also making it a little bit better to trap or do any other things that actually need to lay a certain number of traps. From level 1, they are going to give you 2 traps, and from level 30, they're going to give you 3 traps. They're basically just making it so that lower level hunter is not quite as bad as it currently is, because people have to find different ways of actually training up hunter that isn't the proper way of training up hunter at the low levels, because the actual ways that you're supposed to be training up hunter are just bad. So this should actually balance out so that the lower level hunter is a little bit higher up as well. Talking about which, since one tick laying the traps are not going to be a thing anymore, they are going to automatically walk you to the proper location whenever you are laying a trap, so that you can continuously lay the trap at the same location without having to constantly be moving them around. Butterflies, as I already mentioned, are going to be the AFK method. Salamanders are going to be a decent way of training up, where you don't get much, if anything, from them as a GP per hour reward, but they're going to be decent XP. Herblore Habitat is going to be decent XP, and also obviously give you the Juju Hunter or other Juju potions. So I doubt they're going to be quite as good as Salamanders, but another option of training up Hunter. They did mention Falconry. I think this is purely a low-level way of training up Hunter, just adding a couple extra kebits. And they're also going to have, obviously, what I already mentioned, the high-intensity way of training up Hunter. They haven't revealed exactly what it is, but it should be a good GP and XP per hour, and just be very click-intensive, or maybe a minigame kind of feel, where you have to be actually thinking about what you're doing instead of just mindlessly doing the same thing over and over again. All in all, though, I think it's a pretty good update. It doesn't really nerf the XP rates of the lower levels. I think it actually makes the lower levels of Hunter a lot more enjoyable. And then it is a nerf to the maximum XP per hour you can get, but on the upside, they are allowing you to do AFK Hunter training, as well as have a click-intensive, good GP per hour way of training up Hunter. Let me know what you think in the comments down below, though. Let me know if you are part of the bandwagon and just think that this is a horrible update. Let me know why you think it's a horrible update. Think that nerfing the OP XP rates isn't actually a bad thing for the game. It's good for the longevity of the game. It was bad that it was in the game in the first place, though. Also, make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can see all the future updates. And leave a like if you like this video. Let me know exactly what you want me to be doing with videos like this. As always, though, have a good one.